Brand new to Siege, don't know where to start? In this video, I'll be showing you what to do when you first load the game. What's up guys, it's Jpeasy and welcome to the series called Jpeasy Makes It Easy. Today I'm here to help out first time players navigate your way around the opening hours of Siege. When you first load up the game, it can be a little bit confusing. What the menus are, what to do first, and what your goals should be. And then when you start playing, not looking like a deer in headlights. First thing I recommend is configuring your settings. If you need some assistance with that, I did a video going over each setting in the game, a link to the card above or the description down below. Once your settings are good, click on the 3 bars or play menu and head down to the tutorials. Here you will see 3 videos showing the basics of barricades, walls, and floors. They also give you a nice little bonus of giving you 200 renown, Siege in-game currency per video. Once you watch those videos, head back to the play menu and down to situations under player and AI. Here are 10 mini tutorial missions designed to introduce you to the basics of Siege. While not fully realistic of how actual matches play out, the situations give you a basic intro to the mechanics of Siege while also introducing you to how some of the operators function. Each situation has 3 stars or objectives. Each objective, when completed, grants you 200 renown, similar to the video. They're also here to teach you something. In the first scenario, they want you to make sure you're aiming at your targets and not hip firing, hence the kill 2 enemies by aiming, and also try to focus on headshots, therefore perform 4 headshots. And this follows down the line with each one. Suburban Extract, they want you to use your utility using your flashbangs that they grant you to kill 1 blinded enemy, and also use your breaching charges to destroy 2 breakable surfaces. And that continues throughout the whole list. So look at those objectives and try to make sure you're doing those as you're clearing through the missions. Once you finish through that, the next tip is to save you some annoyance when jumping into your first matches. Head up to the operator screen and check out which operators you own. I'm going to be doing this on 2 of the operators which I recommended to start off with in my operator choice video. Link to that again in the card above or the description below. And I'll be starting off with Sledge. The goal of this is so when you load into your first match, you have your attachments already set up and you're not going with a bare gun. So the loadout I use for Sledge is the L85 and the SMG11 as well as frag grenades. So I'm going to set up the L85 first. Now for sights, since he has 2 weapons that are very effective, both the guns have different roles. So I use the L85 for my long distance engagements. So I'm going to use the ACOG, which has a further zoom, a 2.5 magnification versus the different 1x scopes. For a barrel, I'm going to be doing an attachment guide for every gun in the game. Look up for that in a future video. But for the L85, I use the compensator. It doesn't have, as you can see, the little recoil pattern in the bottom right hand corner. Recoil pattern is not that steep, but the compensator puts it into a straight line. And since it doesn't have much vertical recoil as it is, keeping it as straight as possible makes it a laser beam. And then lastly, the grip. If it has a grip option, you can see the recoil coming down just by equipping the vertical grip. There's no downside to using it. Always use a vertical grip. And for underbarrel, you have an option of laser or nothing. I always recommend not using your laser, as the laser can give away your position if you're aiming it at a wrong area. I will be also doing a video talking about what my reasons are and examples of showing that in detail. Next, go to the SMG11. You have various 1x scopes available on this. I am typically a hollow player personally. That's my preference. All these scopes are personal preference. Most to use scopes of the reflex and hollow, but the red dot has been seeing a resurgence lately. For barrel, you want to mitigate as much of the vertical recoil as possible. This gun kicks quite heavily. I highly recommend using a flash hider for this weapon. And for grip, always a vertical grip. Laser, no laser, same reasoning as previously. Next, we'll head over to Rook to have a defender set up. And for him, he has 3 options with guns. I don't recommend the shotgun. For most uses, you want to use the P90 or the MP5, with the MP5 being the far more popular choice due to its accuracy. And it's also a gun that has access to an ACOG due to his 3 armor on defense. And I highly recommend using it because that's where the strength of this weapon lies. For barrel, I always recommend using not always, but on most situations, I recommend using the flash hider. Same thing with the grip. If you don't have access to anything else, the vertical grip is always a choice. Same reasons previous, no underbarrel. And then for pistols, one hits considerably harder than the other, but the ammo count on the P9 is substantially higher, so I recommend that. Always throw muzzle brake to keep the recoil as low as possible. Now your weapons on one attacker and one defender are set up, so if you jump into a match, you'll have those set up. Now, I have all the operators. I bought a complete edition for this account, so I would go through and do this on every single operator. That way, when I load in, I don't have to throw on attachments before the round starts. Now that you have watched the tutorials, gone through your situations, and set up your operators, the next step would be to jump into some type of match. If you want to practice your gun skill, you can jump into the terrorist hunt and practice your aim there. Or if you're impatient and really want to see what Siege is all about, then you can jump right into a match. Now, since you're going to be a new account, you're going to be below level 30, so you're going to have 3 separate options. 2 that you're only seeing here, and the third one's going to be available starting with the next patch of Ember's Rise. So the first 2 options is going to be the newcomer playlist and casual. The newcomer playlist is designed for people below level 50. It presents you with 3 maps that are all currently available in the ranked map pool, as well as the ranked game mode bomb. As to introduce you to a couple of different maps without overwhelming you with the entire map pool. The main issue with the newcomer playlist is the queue times are very long. While it says estimated 105, not exactly accurate. If the queues in newcomer mode are too long, you have an option also as well as casual. Casual is kind of the Wild West of Siege. There are limited rule sets in terms of people can leave and join as they will, and even in the middle of matches without any penalty. There is more game modes than standard ranked, and the time on casuals is 3:30 instead of standard 3, so you have a little bit longer in order to push the objective. But however, it is a good place to start off and learn some of the maps and learn some of the basics of Siege. The last playlist, which would be live year 4 season 3 Ember's Rise, is called Unranked. It's a multiplayer playlist which mirrors the ranked playlist in terms of rule sets, where you can practice your competitive gameplay without the wins and losses affecting your rank or MMR. It's a place to practice without people raging if you do something wrong. It's a very, in my opinion, great place to learn how the ranked rule set works. The only requirement to play this unranked game mode is to be at least level 10. So you won't be able to start off here. You'll be starting off in the newcomer and casual. And then, in my opinion, once you hit level 10, start playing unranked. I hope this video gave you a little bit of direction on what to do when you first load up the game. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below or join me when I stream 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at twitch.tv/Jpeasy. And as always, my name is Jpeasy. Take it easy.